like Charlottesville, but it should include the president.
You said you place blame for these terrifying events, quote, right at the doorstep of the White House and the people around the president, unquote. That's a very strong charge to level. Why do you think the president himself bears responsibility?
Well, look at the campaign he ran. I mean, look at the intentional courting, both on the one hand of all these white supremacist, white nationalist groups like that, anti-Semitic groups, and then look on the other hand, the repeated failure to step up, condemn, denounce, silence, put to bed all those different efforts, just like we saw yesterday. I mean, this is not hard. There's two words that need to be said over and over again: domestic terrorism and white supremacy. That is exactly what we saw on display this weekend, and we just aren't seeing leadership from the White House. We certainly are going to see leadership from cities like Charlottesville, from mayors, from leaders all around the country, left and right, Republicans and Democrats. If there's an issue that can unite this country, that this can be a turning point for this democracy. I think it just happened right now this weekend in Charlottesville. To be honest, it doesn't matter much to me whether he's already on the sidelines, I think, of so many issues, but the country is going to move ahead. This will be a turning point for the country to overcome this stuff, just like we've overcome these challenges in our past. And I think it's happening right now as we speak.
Mr. Mayor, the president did speak out yesterday. He condemned the, quote, egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence on many sides, What was your response to that?
I sort of hung my head. I mean, it was more of a lot of the same that I think we've seen. But to be honest, this is not about Donald Trump. I mean, we all talk about him a lot. I think this is about the United States of America. It's about Virginia. It's about Charlottesville. I mean, we're the birthplace of a lot of the democratic ideas that got us here. I'll tell you these one door closes, one door opens. We had the KKK come to our city also to challenge our approach on telling the truth about race. That was on July 8th. That was an awful event for our city as well, not nearly as violent as this one. But a week later, I was leading a discussion with some of the leading democracy organizations in the world that happen to be here in this city. Montpelier, the home of James Madison, Monticello, the Miller Center for Public Affairs, organizations like that, about how do we uphold and bring back the first principles of our democracy: civility, tolerance, listening, deliberation, religious toleration, the First Amendment. We're seeing an erosion of all those core principles right now, but we have an opportunity to kind of hold them up together, to pursue them, to put them at the core of our democracy right now. And I believe in my heart that will happen, that people will react to this darkness with a whole lot more light, and that's beginning right now.